6 of Sideshow Con. Welcome to Live from Sideshow Con. Did I get it right? Boom, nailed it.
There you go.
Welcome in, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, Sam. I haven't said good morning to you. He's standing right in front of me.
Good morning, Sam.
Hello, Sam. Hello, Chris. Hello, everyone in the studio. And good morning to all of you. Thank you guys again for joining us for day 6. I mean, and seriously, when we say thank you for joining us, thank you for joining us all week. It has been, a fun, chaotic, stressful week. But we literally wouldn't have it any other way. That it literally is as close as I think we've gotten to feeling like what Comic-Con feels like in that rush of just everything's going live. And you know what? And people are starting to flood in during the booth. Yeah. So thank you guys all so much. I mean, today is really going to be about all of you. A lot of you guys had sent in some really awesome videos, basically saying that, we're live from Sideshow Con, and today is a fan appreciation day. We're going to be showing as many of those as we possibly can. So we're going to be giving away rewards. We're going to be doing fan request tours later. That's with me and Guy Klender. So everything in the booth behind us today is majoritively what you saw yesterday.
But now you get to take a closer look.
Right, but now you guys are taking the wheel and, taking me and Guy wherever you guys want to go, wherever, whatever you want to see, because I'm sure there's some stuff that people want to see.
Yeah, can I make a request?
You sure can.
Oh, okay.
Well, all right. So we have a really, really fun show today. We have actually a lot of really great interviews today with not only creatives, but some other people that have been mentioned quite a bit today. Looking at you, Richard Luong. People have been shouting him out all week.
Yeah, he's
so we've got him
dude.
here today. He's going to be talking about the incredible Joker and Harley diorama that he worked on. And he might be talking about some other pieces that you guys can see behind us. Looking at Galactus there. And then we have, let's see, where's our script, Alex?
I left it in the oven. It's still baking.
Oh, good.
Oh,
that's
good.
fun. Okay, so yes, again, we have our fan booth tour. That is at 1 p.m.
It's at 1 p.m.
1 p.m. And please, if you are going to be watching our fan booth tour, watch over on YouTube if you'd like to give Missy your requests, because Missy has been incredible, and she will be yelling at me and Guy Klender with all of those requests. She doesn't yell. That's why it's funny to say.
I know.
She's like the nicest human being.
She's like, "Hi guys, can you please?" And she's just the most wonderful human being in the world. But you know, we'll lie and pretend she's really angry and screams all the time.
It is fun.
She's wonderful.
To imagine that, because it could never happen. So the fan request tour, Missy will be here taking all of your requests. So wherever your requests are, please just throw them on YouTube. Watch on YouTube. When you're there, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Every time you like the video, again, I get just about 1 foot further away from Alex, and isn't that what we all want?
I mean, come on, man.
Well, we have enough separation between us. Normally we're on opposite coasts.
I know. It's like really awkward, but now I will get back there.
If we go far enough away, we'll see each other again. That's what I was getting to.
Oh,
before you
do that.
New Yorked it all up.
I know. I Alexed it. I definitely Alexed that.
So again, today is truly a celebration of all of you guys, all the fans. Thank you guys for being with us during day 6. This is going to be, I believe, our last fan request booth tour. So when you come today, come correct. Ask whatever you want to see in the booth. We'll try to get to all of it, but we'll definitely get to some of it.
Someone please request Ash to see Ash, because Paul won't let me make my own request. I'm trying to cover my mouth so he doesn't hear me.
You're not very good at that.
I'm not very good at all.
So we, let's see. Oh, we've got our con exclusives. You want to go over them?
Oh, the con exclusive. All right. So first up with these con exclusives, which if you pre-registered at side.show/con, you still have priority access. So that's going to be in your RSVP section, invite-only section of your account. So make sure if you registered at side.show/con, go check those out, because we're starting with the Juggernaut. 1/10 scale statue by Iron Studios. He is an angry, angry, angry boy. He's like, no one invited me for donuts. I'm going to get him myself.
He sure is.
And then again, we have another X-Men figure that is exclusive right now. It's the astonishing version of the Wolverine 6 scale. Look at him. Oh, he is also mad.
Yeah,
he's ready for Juggernaut.
We'll take a look at him a little bit later.
Oh, you get to get
it. Right behind. He's right here. He's right behind us.
You're going to want to take a closer look at that during the booth, all request booth tour. So those are our 2 exclusives right now. At 11 a.m. they do go public, but right now you still have about, I'd say, like 54 minutes of exclusivity.
I'm glad you did that live, not me.
Yeah, I'm good. I did it. So, all right, so those are our exclusives.
All right.
Hey, Paul, real quick, are we going to show some fan videos?
I thought we were appreciating the fans.
We are
Yeah,
right now.
Oh, did I get past them? I blew right past them.
So now you get 2. I don't
Staying
know.
very on brand for last night, aren't I?
Yeah.
During our fan party, if anyone was there for our fan party, thank you guys for showing up. All right. So
Or apologize for them having to show up.
right before we review the show agenda, let's take. We're gonna do 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at some fan videos.
Hi, I'm Chris, and you're watching Sideshow Con.
Hi, I'm Christina, and you're watching Sideshow Con.
Know him. He's a friend from work.
He's a friend from work that show?
Yeah, those are great. We have quite a few of them. We're going to be showcasing them all day today. So again, thank you to everyone who sent those in. Seriously, we appreciate it so much, and I hope you guys feel as much a part of the con as we really are hoping that you do feel, because you guys are just as important to the con.
And we
even couldn't do this without you.
Right. It's like instead of seeing a crowd of people, like we get to see a crowd of your names, your comments, your all the stuff going on, like in the Sideshow Facebook groups, on YouTube. We get to see all your comments, and it feels like you're here with us.
Yes, it sure does. Yeah. So, the notes say review show agenda, so that's what we're going to do. Up next, we've got an interview with Richard Luong, who, again, if you guys have been watching any of the interviews, everyone that has come on has shouted him out because he is so integral to so many things that happen here at Sideshow. He works in design and does quite a few things. Also, draws a pretty badass Cthulhu.
He does.
He does draw
his whole thing with tentacles and teeth. Like that's his
pretty
thing.
Sick.
And I just absolutely love it.
And Alex has actually gotten to interview him before, so it's my turn.
Yeah.
I was very jealous. I was there for that drink and draw.
Yeah,
it is my turn.
Yeah.
Richard Luong will be here to talk about his work on the piece of the Harley and Joker diorama. And then, after that, we've got Unsold Out.
Oh, baby.
We've got Unsold Out. Yeah, that's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
So that's going to be fun.
I'll get every single one right the first try.
All the pronounce. I'm sure there's no nonsense for nonsensical sake happening at all.
Perfect.
And then Taran Clark will be here, who has worked on the incredible Storm art print that you guys have all seen. It is incredible. He's also done some beautiful covers for the new Miles Morales Clone Saga that's out right now. I am obsessed with them. I've got 2 of them right now, and I'm going to see if I can bully him into giving me a 3rd. Probably not.
Probably won't work.
He's a New Yorker.
Oh, yeah,
So
no,
it's not
gonna work.
happening.
You want me to try?
You can.
Hey.
Look at that.
Look at it.
Isn't that fun? All right. So and then we are wrapping up our interviews with Bernie Esquivel, who's going to be talking, I believe, he's got quite a few things that might be here in the booth. So we're going to maybe let him choose what he wants to talk about, but he is a paint extraordinaire. You guys have seen his videos on our social channels, side.show/YouTube, our behind the artist, like the paint series that we have. You guys have seen Bernie. He's incredible. I'm really, really excited for that interview. But before we do that, we got another fan interview. We got another fan video.
Let's see another fan
Let's
video.
see another fan video.
For you.
This is 14 Wellington, and you are watching Sideshow Con.
We got it right the first time this time.
All right. Every time, just like the first.
Yeah,
We got it right.
Words. Those are words.
That's what we're here for. All right, Alex. We have some note say review recent giveaway challenges. Alex, let's do that.
So if you've been paying attention, obviously you could also check the schedule for today in the daily blog. We do these giveaway challenges, which are fun because it gives you like 30 minutes. Just go do something creative, post it up, and then we're gonna showcase some of our favorites. But we also have a winner. Let's bring up our winner. We did a Batman Beyond giveaway where you had to create your own utility belt. And this one's actually pretty awesome. I don't know what that thing in the left is. I think that might be like a lantern. I'm not really sure.
On the far left?
On the far left, we got a remote control. We have an electric shaver, binder clips. These are all things that you need. A stapler, a knife, and is that a pricing gun or like a?
It does look like a pricing gun.
Or maybe it's like a speed gun. Maybe they like. Maybe
I thought. Okay, I see the bat symbol. I thought that said vengeance on it.
No, that says
I can't read it.
That says S-Con Batsy, and that's by,
that makes
I think,
more sense.
Jeff Smith. Jeff Smith.
Nice.
So that is wonderful. Let's share the screen. Let's show some of our other favorites that we had. Look at these.
Oh, these are great.
Yeah. So people are making them out of like forks, and some of the people are chefs, so they have their chef's tools on there. Some people are like, I don't know what's going on. I love. There's one with like laser lights. Look at these.
Wow.
People are making a lot of fun stuff. Look at that. Oh, what? Yeah, what is that? What is
That's just someone's like key ring.
someone's key? Like, could you imagine wearing that? How much jingle? Like, no, everyone would hear you coming. That's not.
I do feel like Batman's key ring would be like, it would be so obnoxious. He
would be
would sound like the guy from The Matrix.
Yeah,
The
and
Matrix
everyone
2.
would know Batman was coming.
Yeah.
But, that's still really cool because these are, this is what people need in their day-to-day
Oh, look,
life.
that one lights up.
Yeah, that
That's
one lights
pretty
up,
great.
dude.
Also not good if you're,
Trying to
stealth.
hide.
Yeah, that's, I mean, but it
they're
looks
not,
great.
They're not Batman, but, they're, this is their utility belt for whatever
year
they're
one.
here.
Yeah, they're in their Frank Miller-esque, they're in year one here. But they all look great.
Yep, and later today we have, I think it is at 12:30 p.m., so check out all of our social media because it's going to tell you at 12:30 p.m. what your challenge is, but it's for the Megatron Deluxe.
Yes, it is.
So I'm not telling you what the giveaway is, but it's for the Megatron Deluxe by 3-0.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
So cool.
All right, so the notes, okay, we're gonna just breeze right past that note. So we've got a really,
Okay,
the notes say, talk about how Autumn is the best person on the social media team.
So let's talk about that.
You're gonna say that with Sam in the room?
Let's talk about how she's the best. She's not.
No,
I'm
I
just
didn't say that
kidding.
live. You heard her.
She's amazing.
You know what the best part about it is that this is all recorded and she's standing right there.
Oh no.
That's fun.
Oh, she's the best.
So, speaking of segues, we have a fan video right up next. Boom.
Hey, this is Colin, and you are watching Sideshow Con.
Though.
Yeah, I wish I had that thing. I mean, but then my beard would be sticking out. It'd be a little weird.
It would be inconvenient.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. Oh, hello
Not
everyone.
good for space. Yeah. Hey.
Legitimately did not realize we were back from that. Well, okay, so we have a very short video coming up right in just a moment here. It is, what is mixed media?
I'm not going to answer it. I'll let the video do it.
Yeah, let's let the video answer that question, and then we've got Richard Luong here calling in to talk about the Joker and Harley diorama piece. Very excited. Cut to the video.
So the term mixed media is a kind of a catch-all.
Refers to the different elements that go into the composition of a statue.
So it can kind of incorporate either a number of artistic techniques that are being applied to the execution of a product, or in this case, the production of the product using multiple materials in which to get the end result.
Whether it be clothing, some plastic parts, some metal parts, vinyl parts, PVC parts, resin parts.
It allows us to make a more dynamic statue, push the limits on our design.
It's really that. It's a mix of different medias that we're combining to make one statue. We're not selling you a metal piece. We're not selling you a plastic piece.
If we've done our job, the appreciation of what sits there unlocks your imagination and takes you to that place where that character exists and your appreciation of that character sort of comes from. The materials that we have chosen in that strategy are there to best augment that relationship. That quest to find the right material for the right detail is always what drives our decisions, and that is what you will see in the final execution of these pieces, and you have been seeing for many years.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to Live from Sideshow Con. That was an incredible piece, and I hope we answered the question, why mixed media? And if that video didn't help, we've definitely got someone here who can help with that. Please, 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 everyone, give a huge welcome to the incredible Richard Luong. Hey,
Hi.
hey, how you doing, sir?
Am I showing? Oh, hey, good to see you, man.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good. Can you hear me okay?
Oh yeah, can hear you
All right,
great,
awesome.
man. All right, so I've got to ask, because again, Alex, who was my co-host here a second ago, got to talk to you and watch you work doing your drink and draw. I think what feels like 14 years ago now at this point.
Pre-COVID, I think.
yeah, exactly. What are some of the pieces you've got behind you? You got some pretty dope pieces there.
So cool story. I was actually a huge fan and collector of Sideshow before I started working for Sideshow. So dreams can come true. Here, I'll show you guys. I mean, I have kind of everything. I'm a huge X-Men fan.
Oh, nice.
So you can see comics and kind of everything Sideshow. A lot of the stuff I got to work on.
All those busts back there are pretty dope too.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. Well, Richard, I was wondering if you could. I'm sure there, like everyone here who is watching and is collecting, I'm sure has somehow gotten a piece that you've worked on or maybe influenced. I was wondering if you could talk about really quickly, as like a brief introduction, like who you are in terms of what you do at Sideshow, and then what you do, what you worked on with this piece specifically.
Oh yeah, I'm one of the handful of art directors at Sideshow. I'm also a concept designer. Many of the art directors that are for Sideshow kind of wear multiple hats. So we are either, like Daniel Bell or Martine Canali, which are sculptors and art directors as well. I focus on concept design and art directing. Some of the pieces that I've worked on behind me are like Gambit PF that we did recently, the Domino, and the Colossus. A lot of the X-Men I'm always trying to like jockey in to be able to work on those designs.
But when you're handing out those projects, it's like, who would be great on that project? Me.
This guy, yeah.
And this is a great piece for a lot of reasons, because one, I'm a huge DC fan. Huge. So I love all the pieces that you've worked on. But the thing that I found most interesting with this piece is anytime we get a Joker and Harley piece, normally Joker is very much at the forefront. And Harley is there equally, but it's sort of a focus on maybe some of the different accoutrements that the Joker has, the chattering teeth and different things. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about, the decision here to sort of put Joker in this canon almost, and really put Harley, center stage.
Yeah, I think we do a lot of serious statues, right, with our PF line. And this was an opportunity to do something more in the line of some of the J. Scott Campbell and other more animated, stylized statues we do.
Right.
And we really wanted to play up sort of the playful aspect of their relationship, and also kind of flip the script on the power dynamic there. So like Harley's the one in charge, but it's still all in fun. They're both smiling. It's, trying to lean a little bit more into that, almost like the Batman animated series.
Oh, right, okay.
Personality feel to it too.
I do love that this is very representative of where these characters are now. I know again you're a big comic book fan, but if you are out there and you're not reading a lot of comic books, Harley has almost all but distanced herself from the Joker very publicly. They've had a very E-News style breakup. And it's been great. It's been great for Harley. It's been great for the Joker. It's in James Tynion IV, who has been writing them, has like brought in new characters into the fold, and characters that I really would like to see you work on. But I think it's interesting that you chose this. I'm sure it was very consciously as well, but like for people like me who are in the sort of the new era of the Joker and their relationship, it's very representative of that.
Yeah, a lot of people, I'm gonna get slightly talk some comic book character stuff. A lot of people, are against sort of characters changing, sort of from what they were historically. But I think that, like you're saying, it's kind of setting up for the next generation of fans, and I think it's really exciting to kind of like evolve these characters, especially their relationship kind of was not good in previous iterations, so kind of giving her that sort of like girl power, and that she's much more in control, I think is fantastic. And the comic books and the design of her character in every way has been improved.
I agree 100%. I mean, everything from the the Harley Quinn animated show to any of the newer like Paul Miotti comics that are coming out right now, they all are representative of this idea of her literally like shooting the Joker out of her life.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah, a lot of the when we were doing concept explorations for this, for the fans that are watching that don't know, we usually do exploration of a bunch of different drawings. And we kind of really, from that point on, talk about, what's our intent behind it, and how, the story behind it. And that is one of the things is that we wanted to focus on, is sort of the growth of her character, right? And taking control of her life, and how we can represent that in a statue, but it still be fun, because that's how she's represented. We kind of go through different iterations once we choose a design to go towards. And that kind of evolves from there once the sculptor and even the painters get involved in everything.
Yeah, I mean, and it's great, and again, I do love, and I'm sure, again, so many generation or newer generations and newer DC fans probably appreciate the statue so much because, you were saying, the relationship is not good. The smiles that you had included on them, they are even more terrifying, realizing that they're not really smiling for the same reasons that we smile.
Yeah.
And the relationship we'll call it what it is. It was incredibly toxic.
Yeah.
And, having this statue being representative of her literally shooting him out of her life is incredible. You guys did an incredible job on this.
Yeah, thanks so much.
So sort of moving over into the process in building all of this, just so you know, I mentioned it at the top of the show, but like Martin and Daniel gave you so much love in both of their interviews. It's almost like all of you guys, I'm just waiting for the day that one of you is like, I did everything. No one helped me on any of this. I could not have done this without myself. But it'll never happen because you're all wonderful.
I think, it's actually really rare to be able to find people that you really get along with and work with so well and you respect each other. And I think Sideshow's been really fortunate to sort of put together a team with all the concept designers and all the sculptors that we have, that we all respect and love working with each other. And I think that shows in the work, and obviously like in the praise that we give each other. I couldn't imagine working with anybody else.
Right.
We all kind of, every time we kind of hand off from phase to phase, they just keep leveling it up, taking that design that much better to sculpt, and then, they're getting feedback from us, and then just this conversation, because we all love comics so much, and we love these characters so much, and we love art so much, and we feel like it really shows through the work that we put into it.
And I appreciate it, and I love it so much because, again, it's just a bunch of, fans of these characters like myself talking to fans of these characters like yourself, and who appreciate this, and everyone in the comments also appreciates, every iteration that we can get of these characters. But you were talking about being a fan of these characters. I mean, so when, this idea just lives in your brain, or wherever, version 1 lives, like, do you have very particular inspiration that you go to for different versions of Harley or different versions of Joker, or them together?
I mean, if I'm gonna get into like the art process, usually when I start any kind of design, whatever character I'm gonna work on, I try to think of sort of the story and intent that I want to push in the direction for this piece, and then I'll pull tons of references of the characters, or even things that might remind me of the piece that I want to try to concept for. So, either like movie shots, like and other just comic book characters or artwork out there that can spark sort of an inspiration. And I kind of just create a big mood board of all those different images and just kind of like let it soak in. And then from that point on, I just do a bunch of really terrible drawings for a while until I like start to get something that looks pretty good. And
I would very much love to see these terrible drawings.
No, trust me, they're there. Also, artists are really hard on themselves too.
I know, I bet.
But yeah, eventually, things start to click. And then you start getting some ideas, but it definitely doesn't happen right away. It's like a process, and you kind of grind a bit. And, working, like I said, working with these guys that are also fans, and that we respect each other enough to sort of give each other critical feedback, we can really dissect and break down the designs and the ideas and kind of really try to improve them and level them up.
Right. Yeah, and I do love that you guys constantly talk about the collaboration process, because that is what it is. I was joking earlier, but seriously, no one person can do everything. So when you have this concept and it's in your brain, you maybe have, as a fan, this idea of how you want it to look like. I mean, how hard is it for you to sometimes, hand, this off to the next phase, and it's like, like sending it off to college?
I think so. I worked in video games for a long time in the past too. And that is a complete team effort. Yeah. So it ties in, so when I first started working for Sideshow, it was a lot. You're wanting to see sort of the designs that you design, and you feel a little bit more married to them. But as you do it longer and you understand that it's a team effort and everybody has sort of their own roles and you work together, it's very gratifying, actually more gratifying, to sort of be able to create something and know that you guys all collaborated. And I personally, I don't have any like attachment, not like, you know, attachments that I feel like I own something.
Oh, I see.
Now I love, I mean, I get so much gratification when everybody's just digging it and everybody's so excited. Everybody feels like they had a part in it. Yeah.
I mean, and that's got to be important too, especially because again, you are handing this off, this thing maybe you've worked on for months, and you are handing it off to people who are obviously as equally talented, but it's still got to be tough.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I always say, we're so lucky because we're artists. We can do stuff on our own time. So I always think, you know, that's the opportunity for me to fully express myself independently.
Yeah.
But when I'm working as our team, I'm cool with it, man. I love sharing and working with people because it's only going to make it better.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah. So Rich, I'm curious because, you know, I've mentioned like some of my favorite work that you've done for Sideshow have been those incredible Cthulhu pieces that you worked on for the Art Prints program.
Oh, thanks, man.
So I'm like, my brain has just got to know for my sanity's sake.
Yeah.
What is your work or art or thought process in going from something like this with a, you know, a really established character base sort of look, and then sort of getting to do that Lovecraftian horror, which I know that you are a big fan of in general. You know, they can go to your website. And you guys, you look up Richard Luong. I believe it's the first website there. It is incredible. Only problem is you'll spend about 11 hours on it.
Yeah, thanks.
It's great. So, I mean, what is your art process or thought process, or what are you listening to that's different when you're doing something, you know, much more in the horror realm versus this?
You know, with the comic book stuff, I grew up loving this stuff, man. This was my life. I'm literally, my life and my entire life is sculpted by comic books and just pop culture from the 90s. And horror also did, but it's comic books is like me fanboying out. So when I get to design stuff, I'm like giddy with fanboy, right? Like trying to do these visions that I would love to see and what I think fans would love to see. Also, you know, just I enjoy designing. But when it comes to doing a lot of my personal work and horror work, Lovecraftian work, I love film, and I especially love kind of suspense horror movies.
Right.
And it's all about the mood and the setting. These emotions are able to evoke. So when I do paintings, I'm really trying to evoke emotion and like make the viewer feel like they're there in these places. So it's a lot more so like if I could capture like an important moment in a film, a horror film or something, and that's the way that I approach my work, as opposed to the comic books. The comic book stuff is, you know, like I said, I'm a big fanboy, and I just like to draw stuff. So
yeah, it's almost like you know, from pulling from that, it seems like, you know, with this, you are definitely trying to constantly, you know, outdo yourself and put, you know, comic book you in a you know, in a bit of a, you know, in an enhanced state, just loving these things. But with, you know, your Lovecraftian work, it's like you want to bring everyone in and put them in a certain emotion.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Again, and Richard, if you wouldn't mind, what is the website that people can go to?
Yeah, for my work?
Yes, sir.
It's just tentacles and teeth.
Oh, that's what it is.
.com. Yeah,
that's right.
You can find me on Instagram too and Facebook.
Yeah.
But if you just search it in Google, you'll find it too.
Nice. Well, Richard, I know you are incredibly busy, man. Thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with us during Sideshow Con. I mean, seriously, this is legendary. The Cthulhu work is legendary. Tentacles and Teeth, everyone. Richard, thank you so much for hanging out, man.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye, guys.
Richard Luong, everyone. Again, you guys have heard about him all week, and here he was, again, talking about the Harley and Joker diorama. Such an incredible piece. I can't wait for you guys to all see it in person. The gloss is great. Everything is great. Well, we've got a quick fan video for you guys, and we'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Kyle, and you're watching Sideshow Con.
All right. Hello, Kyle. Thank you, sir. I think one of the people that has been on the Cobbled Cosplay Showdown fan edition with us. Always good to see Kyle. So, you're probably wondering why Alex isn't here. Is because he just refuses to work with me sometimes. He's such a diva. right? Don't you guys hate when people are divas? It's the worst. All right, so we've got one long break, but it's for a video that I think you guys are all gonna love. It's a little bit of an inside into the paint process of a beautiful Harley Quinn piece. Enjoy.
My name's Kat Sapene, and I will be painting the portrait to our Harley Quinn premium format figure. So let's get started. I've mixed up all the colors that I'm gonna need to get this done. The goal here is just to make sure that you get a solid coat of paint. I'm just spacing out the skin tone. I'll do a couple of coats just to make sure that I have a solid color on the entire face. I'll go ahead and seal her up. We're gonna start in with some washes and sponge stippling to add a little bit of texture to the skin. Usually I'll start with the blue, mostly because it kind of mimics your own body where you've got the blue underneath in your veins. And then just a little moist sponge. But it really does leave a little bit of a stain. But sometimes if too much comes off, I'll add a second layer. Mostly what you're just gonna see is a slight change in the skin tone where there's more blues in there. Now that I've got the little blue speckling sealed, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of yellow and basically do the same thing. Just take my brush and do a little wash. You wanna work kind of quickly so you don't end up with any pools of color. We've finished off with the yellow, doing the sponge stipple. I'm gonna move on to doing the red, and that one I'm gonna do with the airbrush. So I'm just going to lower the pressure on the compressor really, really low until I just get little speckles coming out of the airbrush. This is just gonna go all over to begin with, and then I will go a little heavier in certain areas, like her ears, around her cheeks. The next step is to add the white speckles. So this is really what's gonna give her that sort of powdery white skin feel. Well, she has this like really pale white skin. It should feel like it's an actual skin color, not just that she's like dead. And so you don't want the grays in the shadows, you really want more of the skin tones in the shadows. It's always interesting how much the pinks come out once you have that white on there. So now comes the fun part. We gotta do the makeup, yay! I'm just gonna start with her eyeshadow. She's got kind of a smoky black eyeshadow, nothing too dark and heavy, but just a little something that frames the eyes and kind of makes the white of the eye pop. My technique is just to build up the paint rather than to have to try to figure out how to remove it later. Probably from here, what I'll do next is just block in the eyebrows. So I have a tiny little brush, just put in tiny little hairs. Again, because the eyebrows and the hair really tend to frame the face and show you kind of what you're working with and you know where you need to go. Okay, so from here I'm just gonna paint the blush. Maybe later we'll add a little bit of blush to the chin, but I'm just gonna leave that off for now. You always wanna make sure you step back and take a look at the thing as a whole. Sometimes you get really focused, and once you step back, you realize like, oh, geez, like she's got a ton of makeup on. It's always best to just do a little bit at a time. I'm gonna go ahead and paint in the white of her eyes. I have my sclera color. It's an odd, very pale gray color. On a figure like this one where she's got pretty large eyes, you don't want to just look like they're glowing. I'm gonna grab my base color for Harley's flesh and my blush color, and I'm gonna mix them together to make that like little tear duct in the eye, just to add a little more life to the eyes. I kind of overdo it a little bit. I'll sort of overpaint the area, and I'll kind of cut back in with the mascara and eyeliner, because she's gonna be pretty well made up. That's all you're looking for. I'm gonna do the lower eyeliner now, and I'm gonna start off with a gray. That's just sort of to block in where I want the eyeliner. I'll go back in with black later, but this sort of provides me a little bit of a safety net. I'm going to go in and paint those upper lashes in black. I just have to be a little careful doing the eyeliner because you can really reshape the eye from how it was sculpted. So you want to be a little bit aware of what you're doing and how it's affecting the shapes of the face. There we go. Now that the eyeliner is done, I'm going to move on to the lips. At the end, she's actually going to have this really dark red, almost black, so I'm going to airbrush over this with black. Right now, it's really just about making her lips symmetrical. I'm kind of aiming for just inside the edge so that the overspray onto the skin is really minimal, and it just sort of gives a softer edge to the whole thing. Now I'm gonna add a little more intensity to the black, but I'm just gonna do it by hand so I don't have to get it all over the face. All right, so now for the final touch on the lips, it's just sort of a glossy clear red to boost the highlight. The nice thing is that since this is glossy, once it dries, it'll keep that pop to it. So now I'll pencil in the eyes. I always like to have the head on the figure so I can really get the eye direction kind of dialed in. So her eyes are blue. I'll start with a darker slate blue. And then I'll go in with a fine brush and do all the little details with some lighter colors to really give it a more realistic look. And then now I'll just go in and put a little white dot in there. The last step here is just going to be adding a little bit of rosiness to the inner corner of the eye and a little bit on the outer corner of the eye, just to simulate just that subtle redness that you have in the eyes. Now that we're finally done with the face, yay! I'm just going to go in and get started airbrushing the hairline just to keep it a little softer an edge, and then we'll go in by hand and do some little hairs. Kind of like the lips, I'm not actually aiming for the edge right here. I'm aiming in a little bit and just letting the overspray blend it out. That's it. That's all I wanted, is just a little blending around the edges. I'm actually going to go in with the shadow color for her hair and paint in some thin little wispies. They don't just stop right where the sculpt edge is. I'll blend it over. Again, it just helps to blur the distinction between the sculpted hair and the skin. From here, I'm just going to go ahead and base out her hair. Just make sure you're getting into all those little cracks and crevices with your base color. Again, you don't want to run into something later on that, like, oh shoot, now I've got this white spot showing through. Now that I have the hair based out on this, I'm going to do her pigtails. And again, I'm just like before when I was basing stuff out, I'm just looking to really hit all the little cracks and crevices. So the hair's all based out. We're just gonna throw in some highlights. To do that though, I wanna put the head on the body just to make sure that I'm putting the highlights in where the lighting is hitting her. I'm just gonna take a paper towel and gently mask off her face. So, there we go, look at that. Hair in particular is one that's hard to paint because nice hair has a nice sheen to it, but you can't really just put a satin finish on the hair because you end up having the satin in the crevices and then the light hits that and it sort of blows the whole thing out. It just doesn't feel quite right. So you want to go in and essentially fake that hair sheen. So you can see this top one where I've put in the highlights as opposed to this one where it's just the base color. Now it's just time for the shadows. So with this part, what I'm trying to do is create a little bit of volume. So I'm going a little bit heavier in some of these areas and kind of following along the hair so that you get more high and low points, mixing it up so that, again, just it gives the hair a little bit more body. There we go. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this kind of a platinum blonde metallic color that I've mixed up. With her hair being so pale, that little bit of metallic shimmer will really help bring it to life. Kind of moving the brush across the grain of the hair, but also kind of sliding it down a little bit. That way it's just hitting the tops of the hair. So now that we have that nice little shimmer in her hair, it's time to just do the ends of the ponytails with kind of a pink. The nice thing is that as long as I don't go too heavy, it'll keep some of those shadows and highlights that we put in earlier. All right, red's done. I'm gonna move on to the blue. So for the most part here, I'm trying not to go back and forth. I'm just sort of starting out here and then sort of letting the paint disappear as I get closer to the ends. That way you get a good fade. If you kind of go back, you end up with a kind of a harsh edge. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a wash in the hair, in part just to get into some of these little areas in here, in the little crevices that the airbrush wasn't quite getting into. It'll sort of darken up the color a little bit. I want it to look a little disheveled, so I'll have some like little streaks and stuff. Basically, the last thing that's left is she's got a little choker. I'm gonna start with a little heart. Black covers over just about anything, so I'm gonna start with the red, and then I'll probably just use the black last. Starting with the edge, and then I'll fill in the rest. But now I just have to paint her buckle. We're gonna put a little silver on there, and we'll be done with the whole thing. So there's your Harley portrait all wrapped up.
How incredible was that video? Katsapine is seriously, I mean, that video, I watch it constantly because it's so incredible. And I mean, honestly, it's hard to believe that one person who is like in the same, square mile radius as me is so much more talented than me. It's fun to think about. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. According to our notes, we have surprise trivia up next.
Surprise!
All right.
Hold on. I'm walking in. Oh, I'm interrupting. Ooh, surprise.
Surprise.
All right, so Rob, if we can bring that on screen so people can get joined up.
I like how ambiguous it is. Water. I hope you guys know everything about water forever.
Yeah. They're going to be really surprised at what they don't know. Okay, so
I'm going to play along.
Let's go to sideshow.live. Okay, let's turn it this way. Sideshow.live, you're going to enter the code SC as in Sideshow Con H20, not zero, that's an O. I know words and I know things. H20. Did I make that a zero?
You had the easiest code there.
The easiest code there, and I think I still messed it up. I think that's a zero. So SC H20. H20. I'm really clever at doing things. Let me just make sure people are joining. Yeah, people are joining, so it is working.
Boom. All right,
Boom.
Where are we at? Okay.
We're about 300. So we'll do our little cleanup, which is obviously first, second, and third place are going to be winning $50, $25, $15 respectively. Obviously, $50 for first place. And, there might be some other things happening. I have no idea, but make sure you're signing up with your Sideshow account. Your Sideshow email account.
Yes.
Account email. These are words, and I get them in the right order. And this way we can make sure that we can get those rewards to you
Wonderful.
and make sure they're going to the right person. So we are going to get started with that shortly. We have almost 500 people in. All right, now that we're about
all right.
Okay, boom. So now let's go. We got
the
about
surprise
500.
in the lottery is we've got to fly through this. So I hope you guys are all paying attention.
Okay.
Because we are going to be moving through this. All right, starting in just about 7 seconds. Here we go.
I bet you they're thinking it's all going to be like about Aquaman and stuff like that, but
I have no idea what this is. None of us do.
Which of these Central American countries does not border both the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans?
Does not border.
All right, it does not border. Is it Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, or Honduras? Well, let's see what most people said. Most people did say Guatemala.
I was going to say El
it is, in fact...
Oh, I got it right.
El Salvador.
Boom.
And let's go to the next question.
I would have guessed Honduras. Yeah.
Right? All right, next question.
No, it's not Costa Rica.
In what ocean would you find Christmas Island? Is it in the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, or the Southern Ocean?
Which ocean?
In which
Christmas
ocean?
Island? If you guess Pacific. Where's the North Pole? I don't know.
December
It is. Most people did say Pacific Ocean. It is, in fact, the Indian Ocean.
The Indian Ocean.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I wasn't even close.
Never listen to Sam, or always listen to Sam. I don't give good advice.
Yeah, never in the middle there. All right, next question.
In what ocean would you find the Sargasso Sea, the only sea on Earth that has no land borders? Is it the Atlantic, the Pacific, the Indian, or the Arctic?
Oh, I'm going to go with Arctic.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Arctic.
That's what you're going with?
Yep.
All right, well, fine. Let's see what most people said. Most people did, in fact, say the Arctic. Everyone's listening to you, apparently. The correct answer is the Atlantic Ocean. All right, next. This is so weird, this trivia.
Oh, I was wrong. Again, surprise.
In 1987, what nickname was given to one of the largest ocean sounds ever recorded by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric? Is it the bloop, the crack, the squeak, or the shriek?
I actually know the answer to this. I'm going to go with A, the bloop.
All right. Most people said the, I don't know what that is. The crack? I don't know what it is. And it is, in fact, the bloop. And here's a little trivia, the something. I don't know.
Yeah, you can actually listen to it. It's a noise.
It's a noise.
Yeah.
It is a noise. All right, last question. This was a 5-second trivia. Located between Iceland and Greenland in the Atlantic Ocean, the Blank Strait Cataract is the world's highest underwater waterfall, with water cascading down 11,500 feet. Wow. Is it Canada, Denmark, Ireland, or Norway? You need to know geography a little bit. Let's see. Live answer results. Most people said, most people said Norway. The answer is Denmark. The answer is Denmark. So that was it. That was ocean water. Was it water trivia?
Water trivia.
Water trivia. All right. Let's see who our winners are. In first place is Thomas S. Thomas S. is in first place. Answered the questions quicker than everyone else. But we're tied for first place. Yeah. What?
$250 for first.
All right. 2 people are getting $50
Nice.
for first place. That is Thomas S. and Count Dooku 74. So, and then we have $15 for third place.
Congrats.
And that is going to Ben Z. So remember, you're going to email social@sideshow.com what you won, where you won it, name, phone number.
Yeah. And if your username is different than what is going to be on your email, please just let us know. Screenshots are always very helpful as well.
Very helpful.
Yes.
How many people do we play?
Right now there's 703 people playing currently.
Okay, just do 750 people, get $5.
All right.
All right.
Just to cover it. All right. So we got 750 people is getting $5 in rewards.
700 people watching. We're giving away 750 rewards. If you don't win, maybe stay inside today.
Yeah.
Maybe today's not your day.
Today is
just hang
not
out.
your day.
We'll just, watch the streams. We got a lot going on today. But if you do win, go play the lottery.
Yeah.
No in between.
Well, I mean, this is a lottery, isn't it?
It's one of them. There are
one
multiple.
Of them. There are multiple. There are people other than us in the world. I did not know anymore.
All right, everyone, check your devices.
Check your devices. And now, if you get chosen in this lottery, very clearly, you do not need to email it. I have literally 715 emails all showed up in here. We have it in the database. We'll be able to get that sent out to you. Give us about 7 to 10 business days. Hope it's going to be a lot to compile all this, so be patient. We will get those out to you.
100%.
Nice.
Yes.
100%, yes.
100%.
Wonderful.
Well, congrats to everyone during that surprise trivia. I hope we all learned something.
Did we learn things?
I did not.
I didn't pay attention to my answers.
I learned that I don't know that much about water. So, all right, we have a quick break, and then, oh wait, and then it's Unsold Out?
Yeah, we have Unsold Out, but first a fan video that is
pretty cool.
This is a pretty fun fan video. You might notice someone in this fan video.
Hey, this is Jack Cibrian.
And this is Kevin Smith, and you're watching Sideshow Con. Okay.
Dude.
How awesome was that? Yes, we did get Jack Cibrian to do a welcome. No, that was also Kevin Smith.
Yeah. But we got Jack Cibrian too. I mean, like, whoa.
Both of them, local legends.
We had no idea Jack was going to do that.
Yeah.
He just went and did it.
He just went and did it.
So, yeah, really fun fact there. Jack Cibrian, who has sent in his own. He has done multiple coupled cosplays with us. All around great human being. He's like, hey, I'm going to an event. I'm going to see if, I'm going to a Kevin Smith event. He went there and happened to get Kevin Smith to do that with us.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith, fan of Sideshow. Great person.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jack, for doing that.
Thank you, Jack. That was awesome.
All right. So where are we at on the notes here? Okay. So we have a quick, real quick video break, and then we're going to come back for some Unsold Out. Boom. Enjoy. And we're back. Hello, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that. I mean, what do you get someone when you don't know what to get them?
I love sending out gift cards, man.
A wonderful video just like that one. Yeah. That's what you send them. But also the gift cards work too. So we have a really quick episode of Unsold Out because I just cannot wait to get to our next interview. I am a huge fan of his. Again, we've got Taran Clark calling in, talking about the incredible Storm art print that he'd worked on. And I'm going to see if we can talk a little bit about those beautiful Miles variants.
And you got to try to convince him to get you one.
We'll see. We'll see. Again, I'm not very tough. New Yorkers are much tougher than me. So we'll see how that shakes out. All right, time for Unsold Out. Let's
kick it off. I'm going to take this one off because I'm a very big fan of this this artist. So first up is the Robin vinyl, which, by the way, I love these animal interpretations by Joe Ledbetter. I love these figures. It's a designer toy. We only have one of these back in stock. Back in stock. It is $60, and that is free U.S. shipping. So I'll go to side.show/Unsold Bird Boy.
All right.
Unsold Bird Boy.
Up next, we have, I love this book. The Nightfall Batman Cowl from DC Gallery. We've only got 3 of these. Only 3 at $99. Head over to side.show. Unsold Bat Hat. Bat Hat. That's fun to say live. All right, Bat Hat.
All right. Next up, we have the Mother Gothel figure from Enesco. The figurine from Enesco. There's only 4 of these for $75. That is Enesco again, and that is side.show/Unsold Gothel.
Up next, we've got a good one here by Gecko and Dynamation. It is the Spinosaurus statue. We've only got 5 of these. Head over to side.show/Unsold Pretty Bird.
All right.
Pretty bird.
Unsold Pretty Bird.
Technically birds, but it's fine. We're not going to get into that on this show.
Okay.
Side.show/Unsold Pretty Bird.
All right. This one's cool. This next one up is the Captain Marvel Artifacts Premiere statue by Kotobukiya. It's very dynamic pose. Very dynamic pose. There are 4 of these. We have 4 of these. They're $170. That is at side.show/Unsold Danvers.
Nice, great piece, and huge congrats. Was it Brie Larson? Like 5 years ago was the first time we had her announced as Captain Marvel.
Yeah, that was 5 years ago.
That was 5 years ago or something. Time flies.
So
Much like Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Nice.
What was that?
All right, we're on the same page here. Yeah. So up next, we've got the Game of Thrones Dragon Egg shot glasses by Nemesis Now. Oh, these are really cool. These are These are fun. So only have 3 of them at $79.99. They do have free U.S. shipping. Head over to side.show/unsold eggnog.
Unsold.
Eggnog, okay. All right.
This next one is a big thing. This is the Ryu V Trigger. This is a set of 3. Set of 3. Right? Am I reading this right?
Set of 3.
Set of 3. There's 3 different ones. We're only picturing the one of them. There are 2 left of this set. It is by PCS Collectibles, and it is at side.show/unsold 3 for 1. Unsold 3 for 1. Yeah, there's 3 variants of this, and you get the whole set.
Yeah, it's the entire set. It's really rad.
Yeah.
All right, up next we've got the Pinocchio musical carousel by Royal Sellinger. Only have 1 of these at $115. Again, Royal Sellinger has been absolutely bringing it to Unsold Out. Head over to side.show/unsold fibber. Aw, he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know better. He has to learn.
Yeah.
All right. Up next, we have cool Harry Potter wand replica by Royal Sellinger. There are only 5 of these for $110 with a free U.S. shipping, and it is side.show/ It's right there on the screen.
Right there, sir.
It's also literally right there. Unsold Zap Stick. Unsold Zap Stick. That thing is so cool.
Yes, I'm sure there's plenty of Harry Potter fans that are be like, yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's what we wanted it to be called. Yeah.
House Hufflepuff, I've learned.
Ravenclaw.
All right.
We did it right that time.
We did.
Next.
All right, up next, we've got the Lord Joker 6 scale by Star Ace Toys. We only have 5 of these. They're only $248. Head over to side.show/unsold. Jokes on you. Yeah, these are great. This is from that feudal
Batman Ninja thing.
Batman Ninja comic, which was turned into an anime. Yeah. Incredible.
And then I guess we're wrapping this up.
Last but not least.
The Pennywise maquette by Tweeterhead. Look at this thing. Terrifying. Thank you for creeping me out.
Autumn, look at it.
Look at it, Autumn. You love it. There are only 4 of these. There are only 4 of these Tweeterhead pieces, and that's going to be at side.show/unsold. It floats.
It floats.
But do not try to make your statue float.
Sideshow does not confirm nor deny that this piece will float.
But that is the short link as where you're going to get it.
All right. We did it.
We did it. I tried to make it happen so that you can get this interview out.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited.
I know.
That was Unsold Out. Again, if you ever have any questions or, those items are going to live on our website until they're gone. So if there are any of these that you were curious about, you can rewind the stream just a bit or ask someone in the chats. I'm sure they'd be more than happy to give you the code or the short link, whatever you need. All right, where are we in the notes here, Alex? So
we are in the word section.
Let's see. So up next, we have a really quick fan video that I think you guys are all going to enjoy, and then we've got some excellent content coming up right after that. Rob, fan video.
Hey, geeks! I'm Ian Castillo, and you're watching Sideshow Con. Love ya.
Oh well. Ian, thank you so much for sending that in, my friend. Love the shirt. So,
shirt.
In just a couple of minutes, in literally like 1 or 2 minutes, we've got Taran Clark here, artist from the incredible Star Mart print that you guys have all seen recently. Incredible comic books artist. I'm a huge fan. So, but before that, we've got a Dark Knight Memorial statue from Beast Kingdom. I believe this is just a quick video.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Quick videos.
Piece. Yep.
And then we'll be right back with Taran Clark. Enjoy.
Hi everyone, I'm Guy Klender. Today we're taking a look at the Dark Knight Memorial statue from Beast Kingdom, part of their Master Crafts series. Now this was featured at the end of The Dark Knight Rises. After Batman has saved Gotham, they erect a statue in memorial. And this is that statue. Now the number on the plate will match up with the certificate of authenticity that Beast Kingdom provides. What amazes me about this statue is that it does look so much like actual metal. When I was taking it out of the box, I was amazed at how light it is because you think it's going to be real heavy because of that look. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. I'm really amazed by its size and its simplicity in the statue. You see that there's that pitting that looks like it was cast in metal. See that all the way up from the bottom and up, particularly in the vertical lines of the cape. You see that as though it was poured metal. Let's take a look at when it's dark. This really picks up that metal look from the emblem on the chest, the head hung, the swoop of the cape going down into the base. It is beautiful. I'm loving the way the eyes pop out. The hand grasping at the cape right below the belt there. It has a look of sacrifice and sadness to it that the character holds. Beast Kingdom really knocked it out of the park with this. It's such a beautiful sculpt and a great rendition of the character and an important movie, an important part of the saga. The Batman Dark Knight Memorial Statue. Now, if you'd like to add this to your collection or gift it to someone who's a Batman fan in your life, follow the link below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to let your geek side show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Live from Sideshow Con. Again, my name is Paul. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We are celebrating all of you today, the fans. Now, we are bringing on someone that I'm a huge fan of personally. See how I shoehorned that in? He is the artist behind this incredible Storm art print that we've got here. So everyone, please give a huge welcome to Taran Clark. How you doing, man?
How's it going, dude? This is major.
Oh, Taran, I can kind of only hear you just a bit.
Oh, okay.
No problem.
Better?
Yep, it's a little bit better there. How you doing, sir?
Not bad, really.
Yeah, hey, I'm glad you like it. Looks incredible. And I was laughing when we came out of the break because I saw that you were saying you want that Batman. That Batman's pretty sweet.
Not at all. I literally just spent like a fair amount of time.
Well, Taran, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to get in because I know you're incredibly busy. So thank you so much for taking any amount of time today to come and hang out with everyone here at Sideshow and everyone watching Live from Sideshow Con. So I'd love if you could please talk about what this Storm piece means to you. Maybe the character or what it means to be able to create a Storm art print.
Oh, man. So when they reached out to me offering, you know, like most guys my age, I grew up in the age of 90, X-Men.
Oh, you know, hey, Taran, unfortunately, I think we lost your audio there a bit.
No.
Well, I'm sure whatever it was prolific as everything that you do.
I'm sorry that we're having some.
Oh, no.
Better?
It's like you get to the good part, and then the audio decides to take a nap. I'm really sorry about that. I'm not sure what's happening on that in there.
Sorry, it's probably something on my end. Right?
Do you want to cut some back?
Okay, so what we're gonna do, because selfishly, I wanna hear every single word that you're saying, is we're gonna take a really quick break, and then we're gonna come back and hopefully have Taran's audio fixed.
What's up, guys? Mike Rome here, and in front of me is a piece that's like the newer piece to the piece that started my entire collection. X-23, Laura Kinney in the flesh, the one and only clone of Wolverine, later on adopted daughter. She's basically the baddest chick in and around the X-Men, in my opinion. And this statue is just ridiculous. It's cool to see the fact, like, my first statue was an X-23 statue, but this is like just a newer, updated version, and she looks so gangster, like full-on costume. Metal claws, y'all. Metal claws, look at that. Adamantium running through it. Got the hand, the sentinel hand on the bottom. Her hair's flowing through. She's got that rage face, like just look at her. She looks angry. Like she's about to do some damage. Speaking of angry, check this out. There's an exclusive head too. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Boom. X-Force. X-Force X-23. With the mask and everything. Dude, she had the new movie, the new Wolverine movie, you got to see a little bit of X-23, but this is like her in her environment, full on, just untamed rage. And it's cool because you can see you got the full boot here with the adamantium claw coming out of the bottom and the bottom here. And honestly, she's just a better version of Wolverine. And you can at me on that. And I love me some Wolverine, but you don't mess with X-23. Especially when she's all like X-forced out, because you know some stuff is about to go down. Nobody's talking about it. And I just love her. I love her so much. She's just, this is insane. Like, I don't even have words right now. Like, you see me with words normally, I got no words right now. Like, because this is just beautiful. And she's basically floating here. Like, you can't, I don't know if you can tell this, but like, she's like flying through the air on top of this Sentinel hand. And I don't know if you guys have seen the other pieces that go with this, the Magneto and the Wolverine. This whole thing is just detailed out a lot, like just crazy. The hand, the Sentinel. It makes me want to go smash up some Sentinels, though I don't really have any superpowers, so I can't do that. But I love this statue. This is insane. I'm gonna re-up my X-23 statue here, right now. Your girl, Laura Kinney, X-23.
All right. Thank you, Mike Rome. Again, as always, it's a pleasure. So I hope we've got, we'll bring Taran Clark back in just a moment. He's still working on the audio, or maybe he just had an inspiration and is drawing another badass Miles cover. So we are going to be talking with Taran Clark, the artist behind this incredible Star Mart print, in just a second. I believe this is up for, you can only RSVP for this right now. You can head over to side.show/con, check that what's new section. It's got to be there somewhere, even if it's only up for pre-order. But if you guys have any questions on, oh, we're good? We're good? Oh, yes. All right, everyone, please, now double round of applause for Mr. Taran Clark. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, hopefully you can hear me a little bit better. I plugged in a headset.
Much better.
Okay, here we go. All right. Can't do this without a headset, clearly.
All right, well, we're going to have to reset the fireworks and the Megatron above. But Taran, welcome in. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with us and spending some time with us during Sideshow Con to talk about this art print and hopefully a little bit about your process in making incredible art. So, first and foremost, what does it mean to you to be able to paint like such an icon in comics like Storm here?
So, like I was saying earlier, I grew up in the age of the iconic 90s X-Men where Storm was the leader and they were in the Outback, and we had guys like Mark Silvestri doing this super frenetic, energetic style. Then Jim Lee came along and every issue he leveled up, and it was just these insane artists doing stuff that had never really been done in books before. So me getting to give my interpretation of that era with a little bit of my style, it really meant a lot to me. I love Storm as a character. It's just been a great privilege.
I mean, and she's incredible. And again, I've mentioned it. Like, I just picked up your variant of Miles Morales number 20. Like, I love it so much. It's incredible. So I've got my own theories, but I'm curious if you could speak to a little bit about what you think, the Taran Clark like signature is, because in both of those pieces, the Miles Morales number 20 cover, which you guys can see somewhere, you can just look it up, or this incredible print here, you've almost got this like action dynamic perspective that you put into these. I was wondering if you could talk about, like, do you feel that you yourself have like a signature?
I would say probably the lighting more than anything else. I feel like most people go, "Oh man, your lighting is so good. I don't know how you do X, Y, and Z." It's long story. I had some health vision problems, and I used to be a very crosshatch kind of guy. That's, you draw the way you see. So for me, I have a bit of an issue with contrast. So for me, I think in terms of light and shadow. So that's why you get such a dramatic flare, like kind of a overly saturated kind of lighting source, because I draw what I see, and honestly it helped me. I feel like I'm a much better illustrator because of it. Use your weaknesses as a strength, you know?
Exactly. And I don't think, I've been reading comics my whole life and listened to so many different, I don't think I've ever heard of someone using that very particular, what some people might find as a weakness, so far over into their strength. And I'm also curious, like with that, did you have any particular inspiration, like any version? I mean, obviously we've got like that classic Jim Lee and everything, Silvestri and everyone you were talking about, but like for you specifically, the work that went into this piece, did you have any particular inspiration, any X-Men runs or anything that's not Storm that inspired this?
Not really. I feel like with Storm, she's one of those characters that just kind of is constantly on my mind in general, just because of the way that she is portrayed. Like, she's always this iconic character. She's always this goddess. Like, there's always a level of energy and just presence and persona that just kind of shows through. So in my mind, it's less of having a visual inspiration, more of trying to capture the emotion of what that character means. A fan of mine said something really sweet that got me. They went, what I love about your work is that it's not so much that you're drawing characters, you really understand the history of them and their personality, and you try to convey that. And that's kind of what I tried to do here. Like,
that's beautiful.
I mean, she's the goddess. She's at that angle where she's clearly above you. She's doing these things that you could never do. Yeah. But she's still, beautiful and regal and cool and all these other things. So it's more trying to capture the emotion than trying to emulate a visual style.
Right. And I think that's important, because when you get to a certain level, you would hope that people don't just draw characters because people want them to draw that character. Yeah. You would want them to, like for you in this instance, you're drawing Storm, and you can tell in literally every single inch of detail here that you love Storm. As someone who also loves Storm, who has gotten to see our incredible Storm PF back there, like, there is no better iteration that I've seen in art, I can't even come to think, than this. I mean, it's so beautiful, and it does really show off every part of Storm that, like, I think of with Storm. Like, for me, I think of going back and watching the old 90s cartoons, and that version of Storm, and this is what this invokes for me.
I love that. I mean, I definitely think there are amazing renditions of Storm. I hope that I am at least somewhere in that pantheon one day. I absolutely love this piece. It's one of my personal favorites. But I always think of, I don't know if you ever read X-Men, maybe, I think 275, 271 to 275. There's just a scene where she's standing in the danger room, and it's 271. She's standing in the danger room, and Cyclops and Jean Grey are there, and she just looks like the coolest character in this room full of cool characters. That's kind of what I wanted to capture.
Yeah, I mean, if you can outshine any member of the X-Men, you're doing something right. I mean, if anyone can do it, it's Storm.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm also curious, again, we had talked about, well before the interview, we were emailing each other, and I'm always curious about, someone's process when doing something like this, because we've had different artists on, and they've talked about, just various ways, or various avenues, I should say, that they take to get to here, to this final, piece. So I was wondering if, Taran, you could talk a little bit about when you're asked to do something along this line, and you're given a little bit more freedom to do it, where does your process start? Do you go, okay, I'm reading comics for, I'm reading 271 to 275, I'm going to read that over and over again, or where does your process with someone as iconic with Storm start?
Probably reading what inspired me in the first place. Yeah, I definitely, I'm not going to lie, I read maybe about 50 comics before we got to this point.
So, and that was before they even told you were doing the art print.
No, yeah, right. I mean, I've read 126 to about 300, maybe 50 times in my life.
Nice.
So going back is always fun. But generally, when I'm working on a project, or I'm working on a character that I know that I mean, most characters I want to put that effort into, right? Because I'm just a nerd, and I love the history of these things. I am give me the most obscure character, I'll tell you everything about it. Love it. So with this one, it was more just, again, trying to capture the essence. I start off with a loose sketch. It's more about capturing the energy than the details at first. So I'm not really much of an inker. A couple of inker friends who are amazing, like Mark Morales, who inks everything beautifully. I'm terrified of that. I've spent my entire life trying to avoid inking. So
yeah, it is scary.
Yeah, it's terrifying. You know, respect your inkers. So it's more of a pencil sketch, and I refine and I tweak. Like, okay, we wanted to change the arms to make sure that she's got. You can see the kind of the motion in the fabric underneath her arms. Her hands are very emotive. Hair is an element that I'm always thinking of as a design element. Like, I'm thinking, how can I convey motion through the elements in her pose, in her, her costume. So we've got the cape, we've got the hair. It's a little bit of a mental puzzle. Like, you get a kind of a loose image, and then I do my pencil sketch. Usually I'll get approval or get notes or whatever, and then we'll go from there. And then it's pretty much just rendering. Like, I'm more of a painter in that way. Like, I've never been much of a pencil ink colorist kind of guy. So it's a little bit of a hybrid. Most of my influences are painters. I spend most of my time painting.
Wow.
So after some tweaks, especially working digitally, I can kind of refine as I go. But it's more about trying to refine that initial image, because as an artist, when you're drawing, I personally feel like the most honest image you have is that initial image in your mind. Like, that's the one that you want to hold on to. Like, you'll see artists sketch, and they'll be like, "Man, I wish I kept that energy from that sketch." You want to keep that energy from the sketch.
Yeah.
So for me, not inking, I'm trying to keep that energy from that sketch.
I love that, because you keep throwing around the word energy, and that's what this is. There's so much energy in this piece. Everything from Storm herself to the rain that you've added in, that is like coming. Like, when I'm staring at it here, I'm looking right down, into the eyes of Storm. And I've always said, in comics, that Storm is easily the person that you want to avoid the most, and is easily the person that you want to approach. It just depends if she's clocked in for work or not.
Right. And I definitely wanted her to have that clocked in look here.
Yeah, it's there, I promise. Now, Taran, thank you so much. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your incredibly and increasingly busy schedule. I mean, seriously, everything that you've been doing as of late is incredible. Again, I keep mentioning your work on Miles, because that's where, like, I was first drawn to your work. I mean, and now, of course, getting to see it up front, it's beautiful. So before I let you go, though, I gotta ask. I threw this one in the notes for you. Storm can fly, but you can't fly. So you've got to take a road trip with one other X-Men. Who are you taking that road trip with?
I thought about this. So
I bet.
Oh yeah, this was a good one. So, back in the day, Wolverine and Havoc would have their road trips. They'd be like these epic battles. But I'm an old man. I don't want to have fun. I don't want to have battles. I want to
get point A to point B.
Right. Nightcrawler. I absolutely love Kurt Wagner. He is my favorite X-Man. Everything seems like an adventure. He makes everything seem fun and amazing. I'm going with Nightcrawler.
So Taran Clark's road trip partner is Nightmare. It's Nightcrawler. It's not a nightmare. It's Nightcrawler. You just made a lot of friends around the Sideshow offices. Let me just tell you, huge favorite around the offices. Taran,
he's great.
Thank you so much for hanging out. I wish Kurt was here, could bring you here, and you could do this in person with us, because seriously, this is beautiful.
This is my absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Have a happy rest of your Saturday, sir, and thank you for joining us during Sideshow Con. Take care.
You too. Thank you.
Taran Clark, everyone, again, the nicest human being. Seriously, thank you, Taran, for hanging out with us. We really, really appreciate you spending, again, he's so busy and so much of his work is incredible. But I'm glad he was here, because it's always a pleasure to talk to comic book artists. But we have a fan video coming up real quick. And then we've got, I'm not gonna spoil this one.
Don't say the surprise this time.
Oh, I won't. Okay, got it. So, cue fan video.
Hey everybody, it's me, Stephen Kramer Glickman, aka Gustavo Rock from Big Time Rush, and you are watching Sideshow Con.
Hi.
That was an awesome video.
Yeah,
that was an awesome interview. I mean,
yeah, Taran is incredible. And seriously, if you guys can find Taran Clark wherever you can, he is incredible. He posts a lot of awesome sketches that he has. It's so much fun to watch his process, which he is very open and upfront about. I wish we had 3 hours, but maybe a drink and draw. Maybe we'll get him in a drink and draw.
But you get to do some really cool interviews.
Yeah,
man.
we'll let you interview him for drink and draw. You know, talk
please.
New York things.
Yeah, well, yeah, seriously.
All right, where are we in the notes?
We're doing a surprise thing.
Surprise Trivial Cahoots time.
Okay.
Surprise, everyone. All right.
Shocking.
So, what's the theme on this one?
What's the theme on this one? I guess we're going to find out.
I just saw what it was.
You just saw what it was.
Oh,
Rob,
goodness.
put it up on the screen. So this is S-Con getting buff.
That's what that was.
Yeah, that's what that was. Sorry. That's a surprise for you.
I thought we were going to talk about...
It's about it's about working out and doing muscles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, doing muscles.
It's totally not about Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I thought getting buff was going to be about Get Super with Joshua G.
No.
No?
Sorry, bud.
Oh, well.
Once again, let everybody down.
Hey, I've watched 1 season of Buffy, so I'm ready to go.
You're ready to go? I've watched 6 episodes of Buffy, so I'm twice as ready to go.
I've never been the person that knows the most about Buffy on a stream. That's fun.
Yeah, you will know a lot more than me. So obviously everyone's going to sideshow.live and using the code SC, like Sideshow Con, buff as in Buffy. Opposite
as in
of
Alex's
me.
arms? Oh,
yeah,
see?
Wet noodle arms.
Well, you need anchor arms, pal.
Yeah, I know. I got to work out.
All right, here we go.
So we got about 400 people. So as with everything, first place is going to get $50 in rewards. Second place is going to get $25 in rewards. Third place is getting $15 in rewards. And, we'll take care of that, in post. I don't know. That's what you always say, and I never know when to use it, and I just used it wrong.
Well, you used it.
And we'll see how you do against Autumn, because I don't know if anyone out there has not met Autumn on
Autumn's
live
playing
streams.
for rewards here.
Yeah, she's going to play for bragging rights. So Autumn, you get yourself in there now. We got about 525, 530 people, so I think we're ready to go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm going to get all of these wrong because I'm terrible at Buffy trivia.
Well, let's see. If I get 1 right, I'll be proud, because I've only seen 1 season, and there's like 11 seasons or something. So,
yeah, with comments and everything.
All right.
So, first question, which I forgot to read, is which writer-director created the character of Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Was it John Hughes, Tim Burton, Joss Whedon, or Robert Rodriguez?
Oh.
Okay. Are you back there, but actually me, Autumn?
Alan's messing up my game.
Oh, Alan, stop messing up her game. So most people did
Autumn,
say...
you better come in first here. No pressure.
Joss Whedon. The correct answer is, in fact, Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon. All right.
Next question. Which of the following is not true about Buffy the Vampire Slayer franchise? The TV and the movie were both created by Joss Whedon. The film was produced by Dolly Parton's production company. There are many vampire slayers, but only one per generation. Or the TV series inspired the later film reboot.
I don't actually know this. I'm going to guess, though.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say A.
Okay.
Ooh, pretty spread out across the board.
Yeah, most people said B, but actually it is in fact the other way around. The movie came first. The movie was first.
You tricked me.
That's why it was
part
tricky.
of the cahoots.
The cahooting. All right, question 3. The Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV series takes place in what fictional California town? Is it Somerville, Sunnydale, Springfield, or Sunny Falls? Sunny Falls? I don't know.
All right, I know this one.
Most people said Sunnydale. The correct answer is, in fact, Sunnydale. I'm happy that a lot of people are getting this right.
Before we move on, Megan Mata has a question. Says, "Is someone distracting Autumn for us?"
Yes.
Everyone, give a huge round of applause to super producer Alan, who is doing the what's his name? The first villain, the big guy.
I've never seen the show.
Oh, she's never seen the show.
Big vampire man.
The big vampire guy's work. So thank you.
I'm assuming it's a vampire.
The Chosen One? No, that's Buffy. Anyways, question 4.
The Chosen. In the Buffy universe, what is the name for humans tasked to train Slayers how to fight demonic forces? Are they Watchers? Are they Guides? Are they Overseers? Or are they Headmasters?
Headmasters? Isn't that what? Is that Snape?
Yeah. No.
Oh my gosh.
Snape is not a headmaster.
Oh, that would be Dumbledore.
That would be Dumbledore. Well, I mean, spoiler alert. He eventually becomes headmaster.
Oh, right. But I'm going to go with A, Watchers.
Okay, most people said, what did most people say? Most people said Watchers. Those most people would be correct.
Boom.
Thank you for. Okay, so this is the last question.
Yeah. Hope you're doing all right, Autumn.
In the Buffy TV series, what was unique about the season 6 episode titled "Once More with Feeling"? Buffy did not appear in the episode. It was performed live versus pre-taped. It was performed as a musical, or the episode had no dialogue.
I think I know this one.
Okay.
I think it's C. I think it was performed as a musical.
Okay. Let's find out what everyone else thought. The majority of people, actually exactly half, said it was a musical, and that exactly half of them were completely right. All right, so
Autumn's
now,
in first place, right?
Not even close.
all right,
Wow.
let's show live rankings. Let's see what we got.
Do you even teach a Buffy class?
Yeah.
145th.
Do you even Buffy? Okay, so Wales is okay. I'm assuming the country of Wales. So I haven't been there, so I'm assuming it's okay. Are you okay, Wales? Are you okay? CJ is in second place, and Jamie is in third place. So Wales is okay. You're in first place. Send an email. Well, all of you are going to send an email to social@sideshow.com. What you won, where you won it, email address with your Sideshow account, and your phone number just in case. That is, for first place is $50 in rewards. Second place is $25 in rewards, and third place is $15 in rewards.
Hey, Alex.
I'm getting distracted off screen.
Hey, Autumn, what place were you? Well, take that to the bank.
145th.
Wow.
So you know what?
Hey, congrats.
145 people get $10.
145 people get $10.
That's fun. You guys can. Let's be honest. You can thank Alan for that.
So 10 people get $145. Is that what I heard? Oh. 100.
She stormed off. Literally stormed off.
In
That's fun.
rewards. Okay, so $10 in rewards going to 145 people.
Someone was like, I was just button mashing. I still beat Autumn.
That is embarrassing. Okay, everyone, check your phones.
Good luck.
As with all the lotteries. Wait, Alan, I didn't do it yet. As with all the lotteries, you can come back. I'm sorry, Alan. I didn't mean to shoo you away. As with everything with the lotteries, you do not need to email social. You don't need to message anybody. We're going to take care of that.
Got all your info.
Yeah, all your info. I'm looking at it all right now. I'm not going to read all your email addresses. That would be rude. Alan, what were you coming over to say?
Autumn left the room. Everybody $7.
Everyone getting $7. So
how many
we'll
is
do
that?
700 people. 700 people get seven.
Okay. Well, I'll do, $7.
Or $7.
However many people.
Yeah, however many people. Congrats.
All right, and let me just write the word 7 here because I know how to write words, and that was 700. So I'll just do 800.
And for everyone asking, while Alex is working on this, we will be doing a department-style interview with Alan, talking about how this whole thing came to be.
Yeah.
I don't know if he knows that yet.
When is that?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow at some point.
Yeah, tomorrow at some point.
Let's pick 5 people to get $50.
Okay, let's run this next one. And then 5 people get $50 here. All right.
Okay, 5 people getting $50. You know, you'd think they would tell me beforehand, but they have so much fun with this. Why do people get to have fun? 5 people, $50.
5 people get $50. All right, did the 7 people already got the 7?
They already got. I never said. Yeah, the 7. I got so distracted by Autumn and giving out the $50 that I forgot to tell you that we did run the $7, and it should be popping up in your phone.
Per Alan's last
Everybody.
email, all of them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So all of them, and now 5 people are getting $50.
Let's make sure
the
they ran
winners
through.
have been
Chosen.
All right. And
I'll never make that noise on a microphone again. That probably was really obnoxious.
It was. And I'm here.
I know.
All right. So congrats to everyone again. If you won randomly in the lottery, you do not need to reach out to anyone as long as you guys had emailed in, as long as you guys had played whatever platform you're on. As long as you are playing with your Sideshow email, like we mentioned up top, and on the device that you're playing on, you're good.
Okay.
So,
do I want to give away something? Everyone's getting to choose lotteries and stuff. I didn't get to choose any lottery. 333 people are going to get $3. 333 people are going to get $3 in rewards. I like numbers.
All right. So again, check your devices. The only people that need to email in, I know we've said this before, but I'm sure there's at least one person out there that's never watched. You only need to email in if you were in the top 3. We've already mentioned your names at social@sideshow.com. Everyone else, if you won the random lottery, you're good. We've got your information. We'll have the rewards in your account for you within 7 to 10 business days.
Business days.
Business days.
Business. All right, I'm about to run the lottery for $3. 333 of you, check your phones. Check your phones, and again, as long as you have, you agree to the terms and conditions, you have your Sideshow email, then we are good to go. We have you in here, and boom, look at all these emails.
Okay, we only have time for one more. So Paul, as fan appreciation, you can pick the next one.
I get to pick one?
Yeah, last one.
All right. All right, Alex, let's do.
Don't do what you did last night.
One person gets $1.
Are you serious? You did it again? I was like, please
Day 6
don't.
of con, everyone.
Paul
Congrats,
is feeling.
you've gotten to me.
Yeah. Paul is feeling sassy.
One person gets $1.
Oh, this is the
Check
most.
your devices out there, and remember, if you win this lottery, you absolutely don't need to email in. We've got your information. We'll put that whole dollar in your account for you.
I was like, don't do it, and you did it. All right, I'm running it now.
Yeah.
Wow, it took so long to process all of those. We got it. Boom. Boom. You're rewarded.
Someone's just counting down the days till the next con they can put hands.
Yeah, they're like, coming for Paul.
All right. Well, congrats to everyone who won the random lottery. Seriously, we really appreciate you guys. We are day 6. We are in here at day 6, and we are able to do all this because you guys are still watching and still hanging out with us. We've got so much stuff that we are still doing today. We've got
fan video.
Surprise fan video.
Whisper. Fan video.
I'm Shannon, and you're watching Sideshow Con.
Awesome video.
Awesome.
I love that.
Shannon, thank you so much. Again, Shannon has competed on multiple Cobble Cosplay fan showdowns, as well as if we do something like any type of branding or theming, we created like the robot or anything. He always creates them.
Yeah.
He always makes them.
He
made Sir Sideshow.
That was awesome.
The robot that is in the intro graphic.
Yeah.
Seriously, Shannon, thank you so much, and thank you to everyone who sent those in. We've got a couple of more that we're going to play today. We're not done with those. Up next, we've got a behind the scenes paint room video. You're going to see a familiar face in that video, Bernie Esquivel. And the reason is because we're also going to have him on the show live in an interview that we just bullied him into yesterday. So very excited to have Bernie here. Seriously, such an incredible and talented person. Very, very excited to have him here for any amount of time. And we're going to be talking about a piece that he worked on that you guys got to see Wednesday and Thursday? Yeah. In multiple times. So. Oh, second setup. Thank you, Sam. So, without further ado, enjoy this behind-the-scenes paint video, and we'll be right back with Bernie.
Or you're going to find a good nugget of information.
If you want to be really good as an artist, put the time in and study and learn.
It's a constant thinking through of your process.
Work through all the experiences of making as many mistakes as you can make. Learn from the mistakes and build and build and build yourself up.
If you're painting a miniature or you're painting a life-size bust, it's going to be very different painting a quarter-scale statue. The smaller you get, you end up using a lot of brighter colors because you can't have too much subtlety in something that's so tiny.
Also, speckling and marks on the skin all have to be on a smaller scale. So a lot of times we'll switch to using an airbrush that can spatter super tight little dots. Everything is so micro and fine that any little adjustment can vastly change how it looks.
The technique of scaling color comes into play.
You do want to be aware of your color choices and the scale of what you're painting. The smaller you get, the more exaggerated you want your contrast to be to really be able to see the details from even just this small distance.
Access to the internet, Facebook and whatnot, there are people out there painting, whether it's monsters, superheroes, or whatever you're looking for. There's enough people out there sharing information and showing their process these days.
With the advent of social media, you can go on Instagram or Facebook and see artists posting their work.
There's miniature painters doing miniature stuff that can apply to larger scale. That's amazing.
What I learned was just real life. Reference take pictures. I take pictures of everything. That's how I learned. I always look at real reference photos and try to replicate what I see.
There are techniques that are better and worse suited for what we do, and there are upsides and downsides to everything. When I'm painting, I will oftentimes start with the flesh tone. I don't want to be adjusting a flesh tone because I chose a particular blue for a shirt.
Working off your peers and accepting critique is important. I think that's how every artist learns and grows and gets better.
There are no mistakes. There's probably a handful of mistakes that you can't fix. But for the most part, you can fix everything. The fixes aren't always fun. I've had to strip paint before, but the process that's right is the process that's right for you.
We're good? All right, everyone. Hello. Welcome back to Live from Sideshow Con. I am joined by Bernie Esquivel.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us, sir. How are you feeling?
Great.
Good? All right.
No, I'm good. I'm great. Yeah.
Yeah, as I was mentioning, as she's known to do, Autumn bullied him into this.
Yeah.
But we're very, very happy to be here. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. So, and it was actually pretty last minute, so we wanted to get the incredible Batman Begins, piece that you worked on here. So, when it comes to this piece specifically, I know, everyone here just watched you a second ago in that video. I was curious, if you could talk about, what you did specifically on this piece.
The paint.
The paint,
work,
right.
Yeah. Paint
Okay.
job.
So, the entire paint, that includes, the base. Do you have any, real influence on, cape or, in cut and sew and, what colors there need to match the paint as well?
Yeah, that's a conversation what Tim Hansen cut and sew will have, and we've been wanting to do something like this for the longest time. We've been wanting to do a Batman Begins figure for the longest time, and he actually had this fabric in his piles of fabric ready to do this. We used it on the Dark Knight, the Batman figure years ago.
Oh,
so we've had this ready to go. So we're excited. But the colors, looking at reference, looking at the movie, and just piles of reference, and then seeing the movie, seeing the costume in person as well, and then seeing what it's made of, and then using that and incorporating okay, this is what we see in the movie, but also painting it to give it some depth, and directional lighting. And so when someone has it on their shelf, it's important to show oh, look, it's got some depth, it's got some it's either some moonlight effects or whatever.
And Bernie, you'd mentioned that directional lighting. Could you explain a little bit what you mean by that? Maybe people who
myself. When painting this thing, I did the overall costume, painted the way we realistic as possible. But then now we go in and add highlights. So do directional lighting, okay, let's say the moonlight's coming this way, eye direction. So we have the moonlight and shadows as well will give it more depth. So it's going back and forth and trying to get the right look. So when it's on your shelf, it's whoa, look at this piece has, it's got some perspective to it. You know what I mean?
Of course,
yeah.
What's interesting is I think because I wouldn't know where to start. It's hey, Paul, could you paint this statue? It's well, Bernie can.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd know how to be able to do that.
No,
so
thanks.
when you guys are very early on in the process, there's design. How do you sort of get because you said you guys have been wanting to do this for a while. How do you get re-inspired to do this very specific suit?
So when Hot Toys came out with their 12-inch figure,
right?
I went to I want to make this look more. Customize it and make it look more movie accurate, right? So I went in and I did all this work to it, and I said, okay, if we ever do a figure, I can incorporate that and refine it also too, since it is bigger, and just refined, the method I used to get it to look have that modeled kind of it almost looks like a rubber tire kind of look to it, but then it's got different tones, I just didn't use black, I mixed that, put a little bit of black, a little bit of brown into the black, and then a little bit of reds and purples into, different other sections of it, and then go from there. So it gets the tone of what we see on film, as well as get a real feel effect of what the movie suit looked like too, as well. And just behind the scene photos as well.
Oh, of course.
Reference galore for me, man. That's what it's about. I go off real reference, painting this to look like the Knowles, was it, in Gotham, right?
Christopher Nolan's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think Sam will get there in a second. Looking at the base, so with this, with this piece again, it's a very iconic and it's a very specific suit. I mean, is it difficult, especially in the paint process, as you were just mentioning, to not just steer into like that one style of black, or just being like, well, we've done something similar to this. I mean, because you need those references. So where did you for this piece pull your specific references? Like the movies?
The movies.
The movies.
Yeah.
Right?
So well, first there's behind the scene. What is it? Pre-production photos that they have of Christian Bale in the suit.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically, it looks like a rubber tire. It's gray.
And that's real lit up too, right?
Yeah.
In that,
So
behind the scenes
get
photo.
that. I'll do a base coat. I'll do the base colors, and then I go from there where I start adding a little bit more drama to it.
Right.
Like we can paint realistic all day, but now you got to add the drama. The lighting and the shadows on the cowl to bring out the cowl to pop it. Because in the movie it's just not black. There's a scene where he'll be sitting, like, let's say in the shadows, but the light's hitting his cowl, so you get that weird breakup in the angularity and the different angles of the cowl. So.
And I also like in this version that everyone at home is seeing right now. Also, the depth in his eyes has got to be incredibly difficult to do, right? Because you've probably painted. Again, you worked on the Superman Call to Action piece where you get a little bit more freedom to sort of paint, the face. But here you've got to get the face, and you've only got like two little like eye holes.
Right, and his the
cutout for the cowl there.
Yeah.
And then specifically, before you get going, I wanted to talk about, the base for this, because did you use, again, specifically Nolan's version of Batman to inspire this Gotham, or do you?
Yeah, no, we took screen grabs.
Okay.
A lot of the colors that were used were very desaturated. Right, so we went for that look and keep it dark, dingy, and cruddy, kind of have some moisture in there, some wetness, and also the highlights, the highlights on the base here. Just so paint it realistic, and then start adding the directional lighting and whatnot.
The perspective. Yeah, because I mean, whether you are looking at it, eye to eye, or it's above in your shelf, like maybe you would want Batman to be, or it's a little bit lower. Like, I mean, you need to factor in all of those things when you are painting this, I assume.
Yeah, especially on the cowl. So breaking up, there's highlights. It's really hot here as opposed to this side. So it's just not the light hitting it now. If you turn off the lights, you'll see that source of light on that side of the face.
Oh, wow.
So.
I mean, I'm sure, we have an incredible collector community who, they take so many great photos. So I'm sure, when this is not in studio, it'll look as incredible as you see it now, but also they can play with that lighting there.
Hey, yeah, we're big fans, so we try our best to, we go 110%, and I'm all for like, okay, we got to get this across, we got to get this. I want it to look the way you see it on film, It's very striking. It's probably one of the best Batman movies out there, My favorite Batman, of course. So.
And again, it is always someone's favorite, so it's interesting. You have to take that into account. You got to put everything into it.
Yeah.
Bernie, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you,
I know you're
guys.
incredibly busy. I mean, Bernie's constantly working, as you can tell. I mean, by look how incredible this piece is. Thank you very much for hanging out with us during Sideshow Con. Well, I mean, we'll have you back. You can help me host the rest of the show if you want.
Sure. That would be fun.
Well, everyone, again, big round of applause to Bernie Esquivel here, who worked on this incredible piece and so many pieces. I'm sure if you've got something in your collection, Bernie has worked on it. And I mean, everyone's seen so many of the incredible paint videos that we've had.
Thanks.
We're going to take a quick break and look at a fan video, and then we'll be right back.
See ya.
Hi everybody, I'm Alicia Marie and I'm a costume artist and cosplayer. You can find me all across socials at Alicia Marie Body. Today you are watching Sideshow Con.
Hey, I'm Logan, and you are watching Sideshow Con.
Hey everyone, it's Terry Smith, the host of Strike a Pose Season 4, and you're watching Sideshow Con 2021.
All right, welcome back to Live from Sideshow Con, everyone.
I'm jealous again.
Yeah. Again, as I say, I'm jealous of past me,
Yeah.
who did not know that Bernie was going to be so incredible. I mean, I've gotten to see him around a couple times, but never gotten to interview him. Bernie is he's always so much fun, and he's, again, so incredibly talented. Thank you so much, Bernie, for hanging out with us for any amount of time. Seriously, you are so busy. And again, thank you to, I mean, really, everyone who's gotten to come on. Taran Clark, Richard Luong, everyone so far who has gotten to be on the show just today, and of course, all our incredible interviews throughout the week. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We really, really appreciate you guys. All right, it says outro now.
Outro,
So
so
let's start landing the plane, Alex.
Okay.
Let's start. Oh wait, Rob, do we have a fan video? Sure.
Okay,
Fan
I'm
video.
not landing yet.
Hello, fans and collectors. I'm Laura Keeles, and you're watching Sideshow Con.
Thank you, Laura Keeles.
Thank you, Laura Keeles. We really appreciate you. Incredible member of the Let Your Geek Side Show Facebook group, which you can join and hang out with your 46,000 closest friends over at side.show/geek group. So we've got a couple of things still happening today.
Really?
Yes, we
Oh,
sure do.
I thought I was going home.
No, sir. All right, you want to run through exactly maybe a couple things happening today?
All right, a couple things happening today. And again, remember, we are appreciating the fans today. We have at 12 p.m., there's a giveaway challenge in the Facebook group, which we just told you to join, side.show/geek group. At 12:30 p.m., we have a giveaway challenge that we mentioned earlier today on Sideshow Social. So just keep your eyes and make sure you have those notifications on for all of our social channels so you can be alerted first when that goes live. That's going to be a fun one. Then at 1 p.m. we have something called the All Request Booth Tour. Are you doing this one?
I am. Me and Guy Klender, we're going to be hanging out in the booth with the incredible Missy. And she's going to be taking your guys' requests, again, only on YouTube. So if you want to request to see something very particularly, please do that on YouTube. And Missy will do her absolute best to get to all of them. We may not be able to get to all of them, but me and Guy will do our best.
Please request Ash. Because he won't listen to me. He'll listen to you because you're fan, not me. And then at 2:30 p.m. we got Get Super. We had a premiere of Get Super with Joshy G.
Very excited about that.
And then at 3:30 we had this insane unsold out art prints edition. There are so many cool art prints, and I can't wait to see what comes up on the list because I mean, it's going to break my heart a little bit because
it will, because we can't get them.
We can't get them, but you will be able to get them, and you'll have a good time.
Yeah. Again, that is at 3:30. All of these are in Pacific Standard Time, or as we call Sideshow Standard Time. So 3:30, unsold out, an art prints edition. You're not going to want to miss it. Now, before we wrap up proper, we've got one more fan video. Rob, roll it.
My name is Joshua, and you're watching Sideshow Con.
Thank you.
Big glove. That was pretty
huge glove.
Huge glove.
Almost
a gauntlet.
It was like forced perspective.
Yeah.
He was like towering over us, like Dr. Doom. Well, thank you, Joshua, very much. All right, everyone. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today for live from Sideshow Con. We seriously appreciate you guys all so much. We'll see you for the fan request booth tour. Get Super. We've got the Unsold Art Print Show. We'll be around today, and then of course, as always, the wrap up exclusively in the Let Your Geek Sideshow Facebook group, side.show/geek group. I think you can still register.
Yeah, you can still technically register.
Side.show/con, because we have one more day of con exclusives that will be available to you at 9 a.m. if you've registered. If not, you gotta wait till 11 a.m. But with that being said, Alex, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me up on the Sideshow Center. I don't know what you call this little...
What's a desk?
It's a desk?
Yeah.
The desk. Thank you for having me up on the desk. I've been having fun up here.
Richard Luong, Taran Clark, and Bernie Esquivel. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and spending some time with us on this beautiful Saturday, day 6 of Sideshow Con. We'll see you guys in just a bit, and as always, don't forget to let your geek side show.